Two airlines, one destination. Iberia versus British Airways. Short-haul business class showdown. From lounges to landing, I flew them both. So which one is truly the best IAG business class in Europe? Let's find out. Our journey begins at Madrid Barajas Airport, Iberia's home base. Terminal 4 is modern, bright and feels efficient. A good start to the trip. Today we're flying to Oslo, the capital of Norway. A flight with a duration of almost 4 hours. As a business class passenger, I had access to Iberia's VIP Lounge. Let's check it out. This is one of my favorite lounges in Europe. The elegant and modern wooden design immediately gives you a premium feeling. The lounge is spacious, big, and includes a lot of seating. In addition, you have a bar, showers, as well as children's areas. The food selection is quite impressive and includes both warm dishes and cold dishes. In addition, you have a great selection of fresh pastry, as well as yogurts and fruit. The meal service changes several times during the day. It starts out with breakfast, then changes to lunch and dinner. However, one of my favorite things with this lounge is that you get to take bottles of water with you. That's always handy on the airplane. Anyway, now it's time to head to the gate. Boarding was called by group and business class passengers were invited first.
Welcome to Iberia. In a few minutes, we will start boarding our flight IB3496.
Hola, buenos días.
Buenos días, bienvenidos.
Gracias. On board, Iberia uses the standard Euro-style business class configuration. Economy seats with the middle seat blocked. The legroom was decent for a short flight and the cabin looked clean and well maintained. Not luxurious, but professional and comfortable. Iberia offers Wi-Fi on board. Business class passengers get free messaging, but for full streaming you have to pay up to 23 euros, depending on the length of the flight.
In front of you, and your suitcase in the open overhead bins. If your seat is in the emergency
I fall down like...
Iberia is known for their great punctuality, so we started pushback on time. Now let's sit back and enjoy the takeoff.
There are 4 emergency exits, 2 on each side of the aircraft. In addition, there are 2...
¿Cuál es tu país? Y es que encima yo en los scouts, aparte de ser chaval y de hacer actividades, soy promotor. Estamos con los chavales, me gustan bastante los chavales. Yo voy a hacer de trabajar, estoy trabajando en área de las mejores amigos, que es su padre es de España.
The takeoff out of Madrid was really smooth, and the views of the Spanish countryside were beautiful. We took off from runway 36 left and fly north towards Bilbao, the Bay of Biscay, the British Channel, and directly north to Oslo. crew was incredibly efficient, and already 15 minutes into the flight we were handed a menu. The first option was pasta. Both options came with the first dish being marinated anchovies, a flan for dessert, as well as warm artisan bread with olive oil. The second option was roasted pork with mashed potatoes and vegetables. The dinner service ended with a cup of coffee and dark chocolate. The food was absolutely fantastic, so tasty, and it felt really fresh. One thing I always enjoy with Iberia is the food. They're absolutely amazing. Although it's almost a 4-hour flight, it really felt quick, and we were already descending towards the airport of Oslo. When you approach Oslo from the north, as we do today, you get to enjoy the beautiful, pristine Norwegian landscape. Let's buckle up and enjoy the landing on runway 1 left.
Cabin crew, take your seat for landing.
So, before we start comparing what British Airways offers on a similar route, let's sum up our Iberia experience. I generally feel that Iberia delivers a strong European business class product. From one of Europe's best lounges to great punctuality, efficient crew, and amazing food, this is absolutely recommendable. Switching over to British Airways, I departed from London Heathrow Terminal 3. Modern but often crowded. There is not much natural light coming in, so this is definitely a place I would not like to spend a lot of time in. As a business class passenger with British Airways, you have access to the Galleries Lounge. As is the case with the terminal, there is not much natural light here, and it feels sort of claustrophobic. During peak hours, finding a seat can be a huge challenge in itself. Compared to Iberia's lounge in Madrid, this lounge is way smaller, but it does offer showers. The food selection is perhaps the best part with this lounge, as you have a great variety of both warm and cold dishes. The coolest and most unique feature with this lounge is that it offers a sausage stand, where you can order sausages and have them grilled just in front of you. That's really cool. Now it's already time to head to the gate. The The airplane that takes us to Oslo tonight is a 22-year-old Airbus A320. Boarding with British Airways was done by group number. Once aboard, the cabin layout was identical to Iberia's, Euro business with blocked middle seats. The seat itself felt slightly more padded, and BA's color scheme gives it a more classic British vibe. Another nice feature was the table that separated the seat. That also offers a much more comfortable dining experience. Legroom was also, similar to Iberia, quite good. British Airways also offers Wi-Fi. For business class passengers, you get free messaging.
66 to Oslo. My name's Owen Yule, I'll be the captain for this evening's flight. Joined here tonight on the flight deck by Senior First Officer Alan Woodidge. Once that's done though, we'll be on our way. It's a relatively short taxi to one of the easterly facing runways here in Heathrow. After departure, we'll continue in that easterly direction and climb up to a cruise altitude of 37,000 feet. And the flying time this evening over to Oslo, just 1 hour and 40 minutes.
Although we pushed back on time, the taxi from gate to runway was incredibly long. With only 2 runways and a lot of traffic, it actually took 40 minutes. And that's almost half our flight time just to get to the runway. So that's why I always try to avoid London Heathrow. Off from runway 09 right in an eastern direction, enjoying great views over London by night. From there, the flight took us over the North Sea and directly into Oslo.
For those of you seated in Club Europe, we will be unavailable or refer to the menu card in your seat.
20 minutes into the flight, the crew started dinner service. The options tonight were a cold trout dish with a bread bun, a small salad and a chocolate dessert. The second option was a chicken curry with rice. Food was quite good, and the crew interaction felt a bit more personal than on Iberia. But on the negative side, the crew did not offer coffee or any kind of drink after the dinner service. That was a letdown. However, the flight was only 1 hour and 40 minutes, and we were already descending towards
Captain
Oslo.
has now switched on the button seatbelt sign as we'll shortly be landing into Oslo.
We landed smoothly on runway 01 right, although with a slight 20-minute delay due to traffic at Heathrow.
Welcome to Oslo. The time here is just coming up to 11:45 to 12 in the evening. One of our ground colleagues will be happy to help you. For those customers who have ordered assistance today,
So, as this trip is coming to its end, it's time to evaluate which business class is better. I think both airlines offer a solid European business class. However, for me, the best one is Iberia. And let me break down why. First of all, when comparing the hubs, I feel Madrid Airport is much smoother than London Heathrow. It feels so much more relaxed and much less cramped. And the same goes with the lounges as well. Iberia's lounge is 3 times bigger than BA's in Terminal 3 and offers a more premium atmosphere with way more seating. However, British Airways offers the best airplane seat. The table over the blocked middle seat really made a huge difference in comfort, especially during dinner service. But in terms of food, Iberia was the clear winner. First of all, you get handed a physical menu, which is a really nice touch. BA did not do this. The food itself was better on Iberia, but still good with British Airways. The fact that British Airways did not offer any coffee or any kind of service after dinner was also a letdown. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Please share your experiences with both Iberia and British Airways Business Class in the comment section. Thanks so much for watching, and please subscribe and like if you enjoy my content. See you on my next flight.